everybody. Hope you've been blessed. So, before we jump straight into this video, I have a few announcements I want to make. For any who don't know, my latest project is out. It's on all platforms, everything except SoundCloud yet, unfortunately. But it's alongside the Bandcamp edition, which will be expanding. It's 55 tracks. It's gonna be 60. It's a big deal. I'm gonna make chapters. I'm gonna make edits for every single song, as long as I get all of my collaborators to hit me back up in due time. And we're gonna get this all situated. I should have a photo of the chapters in order and everything. I'll be showing everybody. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And speaking of collaborators, I've been working with one of my collaborators, Excel, and he just released his first song on all of his platforms, and it's called Hardest Change. And he actually asked me to be a part of it. And we've been working on promotion videos, we've been working on edits, we've been working on a lot, and we're very proud of this release. And it's out now. If you want to go listen to it, it bangs. Like, it's good, y'all. Definitely go give him some support if you feel like it, if you got any interest. And we got one more announcement. So, although episode 0 was released on a Sunday and episode 0.5 was released on a Thursday, I'm going to start making this very official. From this point on, every Friday is a new episode. If for any reason I can't stick to that schedule for a week or two, or, I gotta let y'all know what's up, I'm gonna let y'all know what's up ahead of time. I'm gonna be very clear on any changes that are gonna be made. Alright, cool? Cool. So, with episode 0.5, last time we touched on how God and the church and my parents and my time in middle school band really helped influence me to seek my own musical identity, right? Touched on a lot of things. And I remember leaving off on how learning trombone was very difficult. But it has nothing on a DAW, at least at the time being, whenever I was learning it at the first time. The complexities of the DAW had me in a chokehold, for sure. Every day I was on it. I was not hesitant to jump on GarageBand every day. And my late middle school and early high school tenure was where I discovered my love for music transcending genres. I would make sure I would put any type of genre together in some way, shape, or form and pay homage to them, because I love music. I love everything from Deftones to folk music to jazz to A Tribe Called Quest to Odd Future, anything. Just random stuff, metal, any types of metal too, any types of rock, rap, country, you can think of it, and I'll vibe to it. I enjoy the art of making music. Coming across the music of Radiohead definitely helped me the most, though. That, and it still is to this very day, my favorite band. They've helped me a lot, sparking my flame, to put it lightly. So I bounced around from making anything I could off of any of the phone or tablet apps back then that would just let you make a beat, even no matter how it sounded. However, going to band class every day for years enhanced my musical ability drastically. By my junior year in high school, I was already our band's captain, and that's right under the drum major for anyone that is not clear or anyone that doesn't know. And I had enough confidence at that point to start creating and saving my music to my phone and thinking of ways to release it, which I think is the biggest self-accomplishment an artist can actually commit to. It's very hard to come to a point where you feel confident enough in your own art and talent and feel vulnerable enough to showcase it.
If you say it right, fool.
To showcase it with people. Sheesh, I can't talk today. But my ability to compose had improved, and I was actually using Noteflight to make songs for the band prior to me actually getting started on GarageBand, I guess you could say full time. Just because I literally did it every day. And after messing around with many apps and everything, I just stuck with GarageBand. I know I kind of spoiled that earlier, but this is the official, okay, cool. But GarageBand's my boy. That's my nigga right there. It has held down, and it has been my ride or die And at first, I just made the worst music I could possibly make because that was my style of humor. Still kind of is, but at 16 years old, that was what got a pop out of me very easily. I would laugh instantly, and I would use any and all of the elements of the DAW I could find to make the worst thing I could possibly conjure up. But it helped me get very familiar with the DAW very quickly. And sooner than later, I would take it seriously and start actually making music. But by that point, it was very integral that I figured out a name. So I want to shout out my boy TJ, SaintJacc. He just got done releasing some music with his homeboys too. Give him a shout out, give him a listen, give him a follow, spread some love. But whenever me and him were going to Eastern at the time, we were riding the bus at the same time. And he helped me craft my name during that period. We were just yapping about what my name should be and what it was going to be. And at first I was telling him straight up, it was just going to be the wrestler name, the creator wrestler that I would always use. The initials of my name are NRD. I just put a 3 in the middle. N3D was going to be my name. But then I realized, I don't want to do that. That's lame. And besides, it sounds cooler as a wrestler anyways. So I started thinking about Japanese characters, anime nerd, weeaboo a little bit, just in my bag. And the first one that came to me was Shi, S-H-I, for some reason. But then I thought about words that I say often like yo and bruh. But then I realized bruh wasn't going to fit in this scenario and it sound good. Broshiyo was not going to work, but Broshiyo was going to work. I say brother sometimes. Works perfectly. So all of a sudden I put them together, Broshiyo, and it stuck. It stuck. It clicked. And I haven't changed it. I'm not going to think about changing it. Got a tattoo of it. And it can be stylized in any different font and any different stylization I could possibly conjure up on the planet. And it looked cool. It's the coolest thing ever to me. So I had to give it a meaning, you feel me? To express freely without concern. It's unadulterated love for the art of creating. And I think it's the most beautiful way to say, be yourself, be authentic. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it because it'll always last. Because the energy never dies. Shout out to my boys. You feel me? So after I got a name, after I confirmed that my name was Broshiyo, from that point on, every day after band practice, every day after school, every day if I didn't have band practice, during the weekend, if I went out anywhere with any friends, family, I was making music. It was nothing but creating on my mind. I never looked back, and I created all of my tracks on the same DAW that I use to this day. And I've always thought about revolutionizing it in any way I could. I've just enjoyed this DAW ever since I really got my hands on it and started working on it. And I will rep it set for life. I think it's sick. Very underrated DAW. Fun fact, many of my tracks on Open It Up are extreme, long-winded callbacks to the first songs that I've ever made, samples that I've ever used, and loops that I've ever used, and that I gravitated toward whenever I was using my DAW. An example is Never 4110. It used to be Never, and I think it has 4 different versions that span all the way back to 2018. But Never 4110 is the one that we know, and that's the right version. And it's cool that I've had such a long and deep relationship with this DAW, despite the fact that I kind of am just getting started. To me, my music is vital in order for someone to understand the type of person I am, because I inject so much of my personality, personal conflicts, and emotion in my music. And I try to make it almost impossible to separate the artist from the art in this case, on purpose. Countless times have I cried and begged for opportunity with such an uncertain career path, and it felt right for me to always strive for success, though through passion and connection. Talking apparently is hard, but I didn't know how hard trying to actually make being an artist, an independent one at that, really, trying to make that work, I didn't know how hard that would be. So before my first release ever to the world, I graduated. The biggest achievement in my life prior to music, making and releasing, that was it. Getting past high school was a big deal, a bigger deal than I give it a lot of credit for. at least back then. And it was mainly because of how stressed and overwhelming the family and home situation was. How stressful, I should say. Rather personal and deep of me to get into this. Even saying it at face value like this, it prompts questions, right? But long story short, it was just me and my mom. We made it work, despite whatever jobs had laid her off, despite whatever I got paid at my job, regardless if it was minimum wage or a little bit more than that. We made what we had work. And unfortunately, at the end of that tunnel was eviction, which still to this day, I have questions on the validity of all of that happening in the first place. And if it was, like questioning, is it really real that it happened the way it did? But it is. And despite all of those things, God has helped make sure that me and my mom are in a better place financially and mentally currently than we were over there at Utah place. And associating my earliest works to me being in those houses, the house that me and my mom helped keep afloat, and my grandma's house that was on my dad's side, and any house that I visited during that time period just to escape my house if it was just too much for me. There's a reason why my earliest works are, although not up to par in terms of audio quality and fidelity, they pull an emotional tug. They tug me emotionally very hard. Just because of what it reminds me of, just because of what it brings to the table mentally, and how it reminds me that I persevered through the hardest events in my life with music, sometimes music alone, and having to job hunt instantly due to not being able to go to college because of how the house actually ended up being so stressful that I essentially had to choose within myself whether my mom's safety was worth going to college or not. And I chose not to go. Again, rather personal of me to be sharing it this way, but I don't regret these decisions. Not knowing, however, about good distribution. Whoops! Oh my gosh, distributors. Like DistroKid and all that stuff. I'm gonna keep that in. I'm gonna keep this in because I cannot talk right now. However, CD Baby did me wrong. Just to keep it frank with y'all, I don't remember how much it cost to really release my first ever album, 12. But it cost way more than it absolutely needed to. I think it was around $40 to $50 to release it, when in reality, no other album has ever cost that much to make. Open It Up was completely free. Open More Up was completely free and still is. So, I've learned since then. However, 12 was the start of everything. Without me having enough confidence in myself to be able to release anything coherent, regardless if it was something as simple as a beat tape or not, was exactly what I needed to tell myself I can do. And I made sure to bother my parents, specifically my dad, a lot, to really make it work. And I'm blessed and grateful that God has been able to open those doors for me when it comes to my passion, because that's ultimately why I feel like I'm on this planet to begin with. And that's a lot of the reason why I'm doing the content I'm doing now, and how I'm doing it, and how I'm freely expressing why I love to do it. And I'm going to dive deeper into my discography. I'm going to be diving a lot more into what my lore musically will shape to be, and why it's gotten to the point it has now. And do a timeline, because we're here now. We're starting off with 12 with the next episode, you feel me? We're going deep into the bag, and I'm gonna have to really step it up on the editing compartment, because it's going to be a dense episode. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth callbacks. And I'm going to have every file on hand. And fun fact, again, I keep just about every file you can imagine when it comes to my music. If anybody wants to remix my stuff, or if anybody wants to go out of their way to collaborate with me by any means, I'm always down. I'm always open. I'm always willing to create. I'm always seeking and searching for individuals that are hungry just as much as I am to make something, not because you want money or because you want fame and publicity, but because if you don't make it, you don't try to make something, you feel weird about yourself. You don't feel right. You feel off. And I'm gonna leave this episode off on that note. I pray that everybody that is coming across this episode, that is coming across my voice, anyone that hears this, stay healthy, stay blessed, get some good food, some good water, get some good rest, and stay blessed, stay safe. There are people that are still affected by these hurricanes. God forbid, the other side of the world. And I pray for all of these individuals that are affected by any of the natural disasters that have been going on, any of the environmental or any of the political things, I should probably say. Sorry for the, I guess, live typo. Typo? I'm talking! Typo! Alright, y'all. Clearly I'm tripping. Anyways, that's enough from me. Episode 1 is gonna end on a pretty, chill note. I'm gonna chill today. I'm gonna be leaving some prayers in the description. I'm gonna leave my script, my pseudo script, I should say, because I'm gonna be real. I started rambling towards the end of this shit. Nonetheless, hope y'all are doing great. And Broshiyo out.
Oh.